This again. Hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and my intro, I just did it, and I was recording instead of streaming. So, yeah, welcome to the Hacking Extra Arrows, our Reign of Arrows Saboteur, Day 4, or play session 4 rather. I'm doing this in play sessions of about 2.5 hours, since I have another YouTube channel to also make videos for and stream for and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I was gonna do it yesterday, but yesterday was my break day. I did feel like playing, but I was very tired, so I ended up not doing it anyway. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue where we left off, which was I'm going to do Lighting the Way. So I'm gonna do that. We're going to get our second Ascendency today. We could go do it right now, but I'm gonna warm up by doing some of this content. I haven't played in a couple of days. I played a little bit yesterday, I guess, on a regular incursion, playing around with one of my characters who grabbed that decimation bow. I think, okay, that's really nice. Start off with a decimation bow. Yeah, looks like it's worse than the one we have, unfortunately. But we need to find our way into the thicket, get those fireflies, take down that god, as we do. Usually, sometimes it's very far to the south, and then, or the south, I guess, down and to the left. I suppose that can be considered south. Alright, we might get ourselves a Beyond boss at this point. We'll see. Nope. No go. There's the thicket, and yeah, we're gonna get a tier 3 Hall of Offerings, so we're gonna get our shot at that headhunter. Probably not. I've done it about, I'd say at least 50 times, a tier 3 Hall of Offerings. Definitely haven't gotten it yet, so. Alright. But there's always that chance. Our luck has been pretty good so far, so you never know. Alright. Nice, quick and easy clear. There you go. Okay. Not exactly a full clear. There you go. Get these guys taken care of. Alright. Good little warm-up. We're not looking for new gloves. Let's see, what are we looking for? Just general stuff, I guess. We could probably get a better body armor, realistically. We could definitely get a better helmet. We should be taking a look at helmets for sure. Ooh, we're looking for accuracy and life, which is exactly what that is. Do I have anywhere to put these? That there, put these here. I mean, yeah, this is pretty good. This is better than what we have. More accuracy, less evasion, I guess. But otherwise, really good. There you go. Alright, got an upgrade right away. We're not looking for too much. We just need, we're a little lacking in cold resistance, but we'll get that sorted out eventually. We already killed the Brine King. With 37 cold resist, I may add. So. Ooh, walked right into that one. See, there's that cold resist getting ice novaed. You know, we have a good amount of health for our level, so I don't think it'll be much of an issue at the moment, but I'm sure it'll become a bit of an issue at some point. Start collecting these fireflies. Kill the zone boss here. Ooh. That's... Getting plenty of jeweler's orbs, that's for sure. Continue to collect some fireflies here. I believe there are 7 or 8. Really nice thing about traps as well is you don't have to worry about corrupting blood. Alright, where were we going? We got lethality, we just got herbalism. I think we're gonna go ahead and pick up Heartseeker next. Get the crit chance and crit multi, a nice little juicy 30% crit multi and 50% crit chance from those. Oh, that didn't. Man, that thing's beefy. Look at how much punishment it's taking. Man, okay. Well, the power of the double essence. Ooh, catalyst of corruption. Hey, well, I guess we're gonna get a double corrupt as well. Man, this is gonna be pretty satisfying. We're gonna have to run back to town after this. Ooh. Taking big hits. Stone of Passage. I may as well do it here. Okay. So we're gonna get our double corrupt to be. I don't know if we have anything good to really try to double corrupt, but yeah, we'll just take whatever we have. Whatever we have at the time should be good enough. Alright. And we'll take what we can pick up here, anything that's at least okay, and we'll head back to town. Gotta sell some stuff. Nothing good there. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell those. We're kind of outpacing them at this point anyway, and we're just gonna sell that for more wisdom scrolls. Yeah, we should probably sort some things out. We'll put our sacrifice fragments in a separate little thing here. I don't have the specific stash tab for those, unfortunately. Mostly because I usually don't engage with that content quite as much. Essence. There you go. Dread Thicket. Get back in there. Check out that bow. Could be good. Probably not, but could be. You never know. Okay, here's our last fireflies. Here's our way down to fight the little god bro. Actually, he's pretty big and scary. A lot of times we skip them, but I don't like going back and finding the Dread Thicket, so it's one of the harder ones to kind of come by. So we are not going to skip it. Man, come on. Come on, are you gonna stop? What is going on? I've never had an abyss go that long without stopping. That's crazy. It went like halfway across the map. It's going again? Okay, at least it's going right here. Man, that was crazy. I have never seen that pound before. Alright. I knew that was gonna happen right before it happened. Well, at least we're not playing hardcore, as I've said about 3 times. Oh boy. Well, get this last. I think this might be the last firefly. Yep, okay. And we'll head down here and hopefully we make it out alive. Alright, got a Cutthroat's Garb, Bronze Live. Not really relevant to our build. Alright. Physical damage up to 5%. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's do that. I think that's a little bit better. Alright, run back. I'm probably just gonna sell that one for some elk shards, I think. It's not gonna be that useful. I'm definitely not gonna use it, so that is the definition of not useful, I suppose. Alright, and back up to Vol City. Hyena, and we're down to fight the giant spider god. That should be interesting. Yeah, and at this point it's very clear I'm not racing. I don't think there was ever that intention, although I was planning on playing at least 5 hours a day, and I haven't been living up to that, so... But my goals, my personal goal is to get to at least level 90 pretty comfortably, you know, get to the red tier max. That's kind of my easy going, I've got other stuff going on type goal, you know? I think that's a reasonable expectation for a solo self-found. Especially solo self-found or softcore. Solo self-found hardcore, I don't know. I think the highest level hardcore character I've ever had was like 86. And I don't really do it that much because I've had so many disconnects kill me that it's just not fun for me. Unstable internet around here. Then I've had so many mental disconnects kill me as well. Oh, another unique bow. Infractum. Oh, that's a level 53 one. Well, that's certainly going to be way better than what we have. Alright. Cool. We don't leech life anyway. It gives accuracy. Man, okay. That's awesome. That's gonna be a lot of damage. 711. Wow. Okay, that's an incredible amount of damage. What a good drop. I'm really happy about that. The accuracy too. Like now we're from 87% to 91% hit. That's pretty good. That is basically, you know, more damage right there, more than 4%, because it would be on top of the 87%, so whatever that ends up being. Like 5 point something. More damage. It's pretty good. Plus it's just, oh, it's actually more than that because it's going to affect how we crit. Speaking of crit, with full power charges, we're up to 36%. Okay, it does have crit chance. Ooh. It's not a bow I've used very much. Like, pretty much ever, really, but it's pretty good. Pretty good for solo self-found leveling a bow character, that's for sure. We need cold resist, but that's losing a lot of life and some accuracy, so I don't know, we'll think about it. We'll see if that is where we want to go with this. Oh man. But yeah, we got more than a 50% damage increase from equipping that. Luck. That should carry us to pretty close to the end of Act 10 unless we get something really good. I mean, I'm sure we could farm, I'm probably not going to bother farming Blood Aqueducts. We'll see though. We'll see how I feel. Because sometimes I feel like you need to pretty much farm that until 70, and then some builds I feel like you can just go through and not have much of a problem. Yeah. Easy. Find Mr. Spider-Man. J. Jonah Jameson. Gotta find that Spider-Man. Alrighty. Continue our way down the Temple of Decay. Not to be confused with the Temple of Decay. Oh wait, we're actually opening the temple. I forgot all about this. Well, first things first, we're gonna have to go back to town. We're definitely doing this temple, but we're gonna have to make some preparations really quick. First of all, let's get rid of some of this. Check out the Hypnotic Eye Jewel. We'll sell some of these. Get more Wisdom Scrolls. Alright. And we're gonna need this String of Servitude. And is there anything we want to double corrupt? I kind of want to double corrupt the Deerstalker, but it's so dangerous because we're using them and we don't have another 5-link. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to forego that, but that would be an excellent option. I guess whatever we get out of the String of Servitude, unless it's a Headhunter, we're gonna double corrupt that. And maybe... Oh, we could do the Sedima's Touch. Those are replaceable. I think we're gonna double corrupt our Sedima's Touch. Boy, that's scary, but that's okay. Living on the edge, right? We're gonna have to like immediately go back to town and roll some new gloves if we fail. Oh well, that's fine. Worth it. Oh yeah, we have a tier 3 strongbox. Man, we really did well on this one, didn't we? Alright. I'm not gonna roll any of the strong boxes, but I think I've heard that they have a higher chance to roll as unique strong boxes in there, so that should still be fun in its own right. Where's the crit chance? Oh, it's the implicit. It's really low. We can get much better. Why am I going this way? We should go the other way. But if we get a... Oh, whatchamacallit orb? Not a divine orb. Little circle guy. Oh man, that hurt. Substantial physical damage. Ouch. And that's why we're getting blind right away, or the blind ascendancy. Go ahead and clear these out. All the strong boxes. Nothing good out of that one. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and... It's got a soul conduit on him though. Man, these guys are beefy. Do we have a life regen? I'm just gonna hold down the trap button until they're dead. Go. Arcanist strongbox. Yeah, those guys are way tankier than the... Okay. Alright. Probably should have at least rolled the Arcanist, but I'm not going to bother rolling anything. Definitely not going to bother rolling Artisans. Stupid ghosts running around avoiding my attacks. Alright, and lastly we have these two. Whoa, hi. There we go. Alright, so next we go to up through the guardhouse. I'm probably not going to bother going through the Arena of Valor. We just got about as good a weapon as we could hope for. So chances are we're not going to get anything much better than that. I'm going to pick these up just in case we lose our Sedima's touch when we double corrupt it. Because these are gloves that we could probably pretty easily turn into something good. Scouring orb. Man, there are a lot of blue mobs in here. We don't really need to worry about them too much. We can just run through. Ooh, ghost time. The ghosts do cold damage, so I guess that's one reason to potentially get some more cold resist eventually here. Alright, wish me luck. Come on, Headhunter. No go. Well, Soul Thirst. Life, all resist, mana recovery from flasks, flask effect, gain Soul Eater during flask effect. Don't really know what Soul Eater is, but I think it's safe. It's a cloth belt, which I don't really like, so I think it's safe to say we can go ahead and double corrupt that. It's already pretty good, but it could be really, really good if we get some good double corruption action on there. So that's kind of the plan, I think. I don't really remember what we can get for double corrupt on belts, but you know, belts with all resist plus the mana regain is really nice. Man, that he's freezing me. Absolutely freezing me. Alright, that cold resist or lack thereof is coming back to bite me. What'd I get? Oh, skill effect duration and wrath, increased wrath effect. Okay. Whoa, that's pretty good. Oh man, we could do some like conversion. We could do some conversion blade vortex deal on that. Well, may as well toss that on. We're not using any wrath anyway at the moment, and the skill effect duration isn't really going to affect us, but it does have life and all resist, so boosts our cold a little bit at the expense of our... Actually, we have reduced max. Yeah, we're maxed on everything, and we accept the cold. Alright, so Heartseeker goes up. Yeah. And I don't really feel like going to the Armory or Arena of Valor, so into the Apex we go. Not too bad. Alright. Oh yeah, that mana regen really helps too, the mana recovery from flasks. We're gonna throw all 3 of our fire traps on that thing. Then we're gonna pop our diamond flask, and that's a little bit slower than I thought it'd be, but that's fine. It's not too bad. So we got some mana, resist, and reduce reserved. And we have another String of Servitude. Hatred increased aura effect. Well, hatred is pretty strong, but I don't think that's going to be too useful for us. I still don't know what Soul Eater is, to be honest. I'd have to Google it. Could you Google what Soul Eater is for me if you're not busy? On Path of Exile Wiki. Oh, neat. Cool. Oh, that explains the little red line for me. Awesome. So I have this cool double corrupted belt that I got, but it doesn't really affect my my build that much. But I think this would be an awesome build for an elemental conversion Templar, a Blade Vortex Templar, Hierophant or something. Man. Hopefully we can find some Haku here. I think we almost have Haku to level 3. We might have somebody to level 3. I should probably go check to see if we have anybody to level 3 so we can get start getting some master crafts, because that would help us greatly with our cold resist situation. Invite Haku, get him leveled up. Normally I pretty much ignore and avoid Haku, but because I don't like his I do not like his quest that he sends you on. What do we got here? Oh my lord. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Catalyst. And we're almost there. Temple of Decay level 2. Some ghosty boy here. First double corrupt is a pretty wild success, so that's good. Alright. Instantly take that down. Rip Silk. Alright. Well, that was a quick kill. We got the deeps, that's for sure. Oh, we're gonna get to the point. Reduce damage over time. I mean, that's definitely gonna be what kills us, so if anything, well, that or just being really inattentive. I think both have a roughly equal chance of killing us. But yeah, after we get to town here, I'm gonna go get my second Ascendency. I should have done that already. But you know. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. There is a Harbinger that way, though, I think. Hey, another ring for the potential future skin. Not skin of the other one. The... Oh man, I can't remember what the name of it is. That's okay. Alright, let's go find this Harbinger up here. Oh, and there's a boss. There you go. Loreweave, that's what it's called. I knew I would get there. Until we get our unique gloves for this, I don't think the Soul Eater is going to affect us in a positive way. We don't really use attack speed or cast speed, but eventually we want to have it so that our attack speed is modified. Oh man, you can even see the little Soul Eater stats. What's your favorite class playstyle in PoE? Level 40 Summoner, getting less into it since it ends up feeling kind of passive. That's true. Yeah. Well, lately I've been loving trappers. I feel like this league, they really buff trappers and they feel fantastic. So I really am a big fan of specifically the Saboteur Trapper class. You do a Shadow and then you get the Saboteur Ascendency and you go very heavily into traps. You get stuff like Expeditious Munitions, this little trap node over here. And then lots of crit, so like Blast Cascade, that kind of thing. And I think pretty much no matter what trap you do, feels really good. The Fire Trapper in the beginning feels fantastic, because good thing about trappers is they're fairly quick. Like, you can run from room to room and kind of just set things up and do a lot of damage. But they also are able to preload bosses with a bunch of damage, so you can set up like 20 traps to go off all at once, and each of them are going to do, you know, a couple thousand damage, and you're instantly doing like 100,000 damage as soon as the boss spawns or something. It gets pretty crazy. You get to the point where you're one-shotting the bosses as you go through, and you're doing a pretty good job of getting through. So this is a bow build, but it is a bow trapper, which is really fun. This is actually my favorite build of this league. I've tried the elemental version, I've tried an assassin of it, I've tried various different builds of a bow trapper, specifically Rain of Arrows trapper, but it's Rain of Arrows. You get trap using these boots, and then cluster trap, trap and mind damage, and physical projectile attack damage, which I wasn't sure it would modify, but apparently it does. So you can see I have 1088 damage. It goes down to 788. So all in all, definitely my favorite build at the moment. But other than that, there's a lot of other fun things you can build at the moment that are very active. A lot of melee builds are really fun. If you've never played Frostblades, that can be a really entertaining build to play. Or you can modify any spell or any attack build to be a trap if you have the trap. I don't think it works on melee, and if it does, even if it does, it wouldn't be very good. But anything else, you can pretty much modify by throwing the trap support gem on it. And then anything that supports traps will start to support that as well. So you can kind of... what I'm doing, the reason I'm doing this is because there are a bunch of good crit nodes for bows, and then a bunch of good crit nodes for traps. And you can kind of double dip with them. It works the same for spells too, because there's a bunch of good spell crit nodes, and then there's a bunch of good trap crit nodes. And most default traps count as spells as well. So, for instance, if you're using Fire Trap, you can get things like Doomcast, and it will modify that as well because it counts as a spell. But that's kind of the way I'm going about it. It's really fun. I would highly recommend it. Man, I don't know if I can ever go back to playing a non-trap build after this, to be honest. It's that good. Blade Vortex is really great too. Really fun build. I don't know what else I would recommend, honestly. I can agree, Summoner is fun, but it is very passive. My girlfriend plays a Summoner, or has played Summoners in the past, and I think she's very much enjoyed that. She likes the kind of... Yeah, she's got a posse. I've enjoyed it too. I really like the Summon Raging Spirits build specifically. Oh man, that's not a terrible Elemental Claw for this stage in the game at least. But why do I even have this? Oh well. I really liked Molten Strike. There is, what is it called? It's it's one of the first skills you get from the Tidal Island quest. You get the ability to make it so that you attack 2 additional targets. I don't remember exactly what it was. Ancestral Call, there you go. Okay, so Ancestral Call modifies Molten Strike, and it shoots off a bunch of projectiles. So basically you can make it so you're shooting off like 21 or 28 projectiles all at once, and that's very powerful as well. So that's a really fun one. I've started 2 leagues with that in a row, so I've kind of gotten bored of it, but it's very effective and can do pretty much any stage in the game pretty easily. Oh man, yeah. If I had to choose just one, I'd just choose Trap. That's what it's down to. Looks like we need Lower Prison still. Go ahead and go to Act 6, to the prison. If you're gonna do a trap, a good one to start with is probably Fire Trap. Fire Trap has like 200% added damage effectiveness now, so you can just add like added cold and added lightning that you got in the beginning, and then from there start modifying it with like trap and mind damage, more damage multipliers, and it gets really big. And once you get up to a 6 link, plus you get a good amount of added damage to your like weapon, you get added spell damage on your weapon, you do a ton of damage. Like, I'm talking just one-shotting end game bosses. I can instantly kill all the Itziri bosses, absolutely instantly with it on my build. I use it as a Itziri killer. Itziri is something that a lot of people like to farm. I only got to do Uber Itziri once with it, unfortunately, because I didn't want to buy things. I've been playing for a long time, so I make them myself mostly, but if I do see a guide that looks fun, I'll still try that out. So mostly I make my own, but whenever I see something that looks fun, I make my own builds. I would highly recommend going off a guide, or at least a blueprint to start with, because it takes a lot of the pressure off, and a lot of the, you know, you're not overthinking things. It doesn't overwhelm you if you've got something to follow, and then as you become more familiar with the game, you can start, you know, thinking of things. You'll start doing it automatically. You'll like find a unique item and you'll be like, whoa, this unique item would work really well with this, and you'll just start thinking of all the possibilities. That's one of the fun things about League. Or not League. About man, I used to play League of Legends. It's been a long time. I've never said that. About Path of Exile. Oh. Is that an Exile? I've never seen that one before. He had this there we go. Okay. So we'll do the Trial of Ascendency real quick. Get ourselves stuck on some spikes. Oof. And go. Got it. Haha! Managed to not get hit by the spikes. That was pretty good. I did that wrong. You can just shoot up the wall here. You don't need to go around. So if you have Blink Arrow, you can just literally shoot across this and not worry about the spikes. But I messed it up. Oh, I don't think I've ever gotten this unique claw before. What do we got here? Gut Ripper. Ornament of the East. I don't recognize this one. Supported with faster attacks, so it's a 5 link to begin with, and hits can't be evaded. Wow, that's pretty good. The damage isn't that high, but it's not bad. You could pair it with another more powerful claw. Be pretty good. Man, okay. I'm not gonna use it, so I'm just gonna sell it because I'm not playing a claw build this way. On your channel, you cover both MTG and PoE. Yeah, I mean MTG has been a game that I've been covering for a really long time, and yeah, I'm glad that I was able to get into PoE as well, or making content for PoE, because it kind of mixes things up. When you're just making content for one game, sometimes you feel a bit of burnout. So I'm glad that I'm able to do both, and I'm glad you enjoy it, man. Really appreciate that. It's good. I think there's a lot of crossover in the MTG and the PoE community because they both allow for a lot of creativity, and I think that's really cool. I think that's one of the most important and interesting parts. I like making weird and interesting decks, and then I like making weird and interesting builds as well on Path of Exile. You know, I don't make some of the more unique ones. I don't know. I don't have the categorical knowledge that that some people have, where they're able to put together these insane builds. But I put together some pretty good ones, and I think you can learn a decent amount from watching my videos. I'm at least intimately familiar with the actual game itself. So, all right, let's see how we do with Izaro here. I think it should be pretty easily. Or pretty easy. In theory. Looks like he's pretty much down already. Alright, pretty good start. Not as much damage as I'd like to be doing at this stage to him, but that's okay. We're a little bit over leveled. I think this is a 55 zone. We're 60. We're still getting full experience from it for like 2 more levels. So we're definitely not going to get 2 levels here. Unless we die. Could happen. Especially if I keep walking into traps like that. How to Get Hit by All the Traps by Ryan. Teaching you a very valuable lesson. I didn't know the Parandus guys could spawn here. Okay. Quit until your first Labyrinth guide. Yeah, it's pretty easy once you get used to it, more or less. They have pretty similar layouts. It's kind of like following a maze, even. If you follow the rule of, you know, following a wall, and you can kind of get some sort of indication to where the exits are going to spawn. Now, I could go back and get the other exit there, but I think since there's only one exit here, it's going to be just as easy to go through here. And this area doesn't look like it has nearly as many traps, but yeah, I think not enough people do guides or do playthroughs of the Labyrinth. I know a lot of people literally just stream Labyrinth runs all day because Uberlab has great loot, but they get speed runs and they don't really give a strong indication of what it's like to run it through when you can't just zoom through absolutely everything. And I think I give a little bit more of a fair assessment. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see a guide on. I can do, once you get to endgame, I can do a map guide. I've been meaning to do that for a while anyway. I'll probably just end up doing that. I do need to finish my beginner's guide at some point, but at this point I ended up losing a lot of footage for that I was filming, so I would have to go back to it. And that's been the hardest part, is having to do that. But I am going to have to do it eventually, for sure. Yeah, it sucks. I ended up losing a ton of footage for both my stream, my live stream that I was doing, which was my other solo self-found playthrough, the burning disc guy, the incinerate guy, and then I lost a bunch from my playthrough guides as well, and it was really unfortunate, and it kind of demotivated me because I lost like 3 to 6 hours of footage. I don't know exactly how much it was, but it was way more than I was comfortable with losing. Because not only do I have to figure out where I was, but I have to refilm all of it. It's just a lot of work. Oh well, I'm past that now though. I've continued to move on. So generally this should be, the exit to this one should be a hard right. So we're gonna go hard right, not up to the right, but just as far right as it'll let us go. Get our first cartographer's chisel. Yeah, now all of a sudden I've got all this progression on both of those characters, and I didn't show how it's done. And I have to figure out, like, where was I beforehand, which I can do easily enough just by watching, you know, the previous video. So that one's not that big of a deal. I'm not too worried, it's just kind of, you know, a little tedious. Ooh, almost walked right onto that saw blade. Alright, so domain crossing, perfect. Okay, so the exit to the next aspirant's trial should be, once again, hard right. So let's go ahead and start. We have a couple of ways we could go here. We could head over this way and start getting Revenge of the Hunted. And I'm going to need more life. We could also get life through melding, but I think we're going to go towards Revenge of the Hunted for now. Get this little life wheel, and then from there we'll probably get Master Sapper. But we are definitely going to need more life going forward. You want to make sure that you have certain amounts of survivability. Now granted, we're about to get a major defensive mechanic here. The blind is huge, especially when mixed with evasion and dodge. Oh man, it's really, really good. Alright. Parandus coins. I haven't seen Kadiro in a while. We're up to 634. Still have a long way to go with our coins, but that's okay. Speaking of Parandus, oh, we're stuck in a corner getting shot by a trap. Let's see if I can. There you go. That was scary. Wasn't that scary? They weren't doing that much damage to us. Hey, there's Kadiro. Speak of the devil. Alright. See if Brodiro gives us a bro deal today. Ooh, Divination Distillate. Wait, that's not a Divination Distillate, is it? Yes, it is. But it's more than we can afford. Man, that's unfortunate. That's really good, too, because it actually synergizes with... So Divination Distillate is a flask that gives you rarity and quantity during its duration, which is pretty good. And it recovers mana, which synergizes with this, which gives us increased flask duration. Oh, it actually gives us reduced flask duration. Never mind. Alright, actually it would have an anti-synergy with that. But still pretty cool. We can't afford it, unfortunately. Brodiro keeps... I should probably check this really quick. No, this isn't the way we want to go. So is it going to be further to the south than to the right then? I think so. Where's the hidden switch here? Usually, when you see something like this, there's a hidden switch somewhere. Ah, there it is. So hopefully this very heavily trapped area leads us to the aspirant's trial. I guess we'll see. Ooh, well, okay. Ow, okay. Boy. If not, I'm sure it'll lead us to some nice little treasure, if anything else. Hopefully it's not a puzzle, because... Alright, so this will lead us back. Try to avoid. Okay, it's a dark shrine. Pursuit of power can be a grotesque affair. We have knockback permanently now. Well, that wasn't necessarily worth it, but I think it gives us more damage as well. Yeah, stun duration as well. So that's pretty good. We'll take it. We'll take a permanent shrine. Maybe it'll be up and to the right. Is it this guy? There it is. Aspirant's Trial. Okay. So yeah, the little lines are a good guidepost, basically. Get everything ready for this. There you go. Not too bad. 2 treasure keys as well, so pretty decent. Make sure the first thing I like to do is, just in case of a crash or something, I like to get the Ascendency right away. And we're gonna get Born in the Shadows. I feel like we're dying enough to where, and we don't need the damage, to be honest. All right, reduce mana cost. Oh, that's not too bad. If you've been hit recently, recently is like 4 seconds. So, I mean, our goal is to not be hit, but one way you can quickly pick these up is if you just want to pick up everything on the ground, you can press Z and just click on the little orbs. Kind of fixes things a little bit. There you go. Alright, not too bad. A good little run through. I don't think we'll be using either of these for sure. Springleaf is an okay leveling one. It's a very low level, but yeah, no need. Alright, so moving on up, Act 8. This is actually the first very difficult boss in a very long time that's coming up next, so I think the good rule of thumb is to, if you have a weapon that is more than 10 levels under the zone level, you should definitely craft a new weapon. You know, to a certain degree that's true, especially for attack builds. For spellcaster builds, honestly, it doesn't matter very much at all. Just grab whatever you have. But for weapon builds, you don't want to be any more than 10 levels over leveled with your weapon. But the best rule of thumb is just, do you feel like you're doing enough damage? But yeah, if I would just go, I would just go with trying to keep your weapon within 10 levels or so. And I put a decent amount of currency into it. If it's my first playthrough, anything beyond that, you're just going to be able to buy leveling weapons anyway. And you might want to do that even in your first playthrough if you're starting, if you're in a trade league and you're starting a little bit late. You could just like buy a good leveling weapon from somebody, and that would probably help you out more than anything. So, kind of depends. If you're playing solo self-found, put a good amount of effort into it for sure. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Alright, well, finished up the Torah. Ooh. Really need to work on this cold resist. I have a tendency when I'm playing to kind of over-explain things, so I'll try to keep them, you know, more concise, but you know, because there are always a lot of factors to things. What's the point of solo self-found? Do you get a bonus or something? It's just a mode. It's more of a challenge. Like, if you get tired of trading and you want to just like only play with things that you get. I'm good with over-explaining. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, solo self-found is more. Some people find the game a little bit too easy if during trade leagues, because you're just tempted to buy your way through everything. Just trade. Oh, I thought I killed this guy. Survived with like no health. Yeah, some people find it a bit too easy. I think it's fun. Like, they both have their advantages. It's good to be able to just, you know, spend 100 chaos buying a crazy item and getting through the game really quickly. But it's also nice to be able to be like, oh, I can't progress because I have bad gear. I need to like really focus on picking up and crafting everything I can. You know, that's fun too. And it kind of changes the way currency goes, because for instance, I got an Exalt here in Solo Southbound League. Now instead of thinking of how I'm going to spend that to get like 5 pieces of decent gear when I get to endgame, I'm thinking, what am I going to use that on? I'm going to have to craft something and actually use that Exalted Orb? Man. So it really changes the way you think about certain things, for sure. Which makes for an interesting and almost entirely different game experience. I think that's one of the best things about Path of Exile, is how between the leagues, the races, and the different modes, you can basically be playing a completely different game. All the basics are the same, but you can really change how it feels. Like, if you want to change the urgency of the game and how you build your character, you play hardcore, because every near death you get is, you know, a heart-pumping near-death experience type thing. You really feel it. And you have to build so much more tanky, which slows down the game a little bit for you. And then if you want to play, you know, if you want to be able to just buy things and go through the game that way, and just kind of make a glass cannon character that can try to kill bosses instantly, you can play like a softcore trade league, all of that stuff. So lots of different ways to play the game. Feels great. And that's on top of all the, you know, obviously the different builds and everything too. I'm a huge fan of this game, so you can play it in more different ways than almost any other game. There's only one game that I've probably played more than this game in my life, and that is Dance Dance Revolution, which I have certified spent well more than 10,000 hours playing throughout my youth. I don't play it anymore, but the time spent, yeah, insane amounts of time spent, for sure. As a youth. I think I started playing it around 13, 14 and played it consistently up until I was about 23, 24. And then this game I've been playing pretty much since then. God, I have to have a lot of years in this. I don't know exactly when I started playing, but it was quite a long time ago. I think I started playing right before they introduced a third act, so yeah. Yeah, I like rhythm games. Currently I play a lot of rhythm games even though I don't physically play them. I play Stepmania and Osu and that kind of thing. I've always been an enthusiast of that kind of game. I like Just Dance and Guitar Hero, all that, Rock Band. 3.5 years? That sounds about right. Yeah, I'd have to go back and calculate. It's got to be pushing on 4 years. So, yeah. It's been a good run, and I put a lot of hours into it. Especially, I used to competitively race when they had regular race seasons. I used to put a lot of hours into practice racing. Right now, I play through really casually, to be honest. But there was a time where I was all about the racing, baby. All about it. Gotta go fast. Okay, the purple buff is actually the least threatening, or the purple debuff is actually in a lot of ways the least threatening, although I'm getting low enough health to where I think I have to switch to a different debuff now. I think I burned through all of my flasks too quickly here. Oh man, there you go. Okay, that was tough. Yeah, this is probably one of the toughest bosses in the game, weirdly enough. It's just a random mid-boss in Act 8, and it is not an easy boss to do, so Can't wait to get on to that in the beginner's guide, because I'll have to go through all the mechanics of it, and there's a lot to it, and she's a tough one, Doedre. Outside of Act 10 Kitava, she's probably overall the toughest boss, mechanically. And just in terms of pure difficulty. She's kind of hard to brute force your way through, too, because she has an inordinate amount of health for this stage of the game. Makes her fun, though. Makes her interesting. There are a couple of other bosses that are like that, but they're that are very difficult for the stage of game you run into them, but they're all optional, so you can go back. Yeah. I don't feel it. Actually, I feel like I have just as much, as not more, fun at the end game. I really like maps. It feels very different, you know. When you race, you feel like you're just like optimizing and going through, whereas you feel like you're building something when you're mapping. It's a very different feeling, so it's hard to compare them directly, but yeah, I definitely don't feel like I have less fun in the end game. I feel like I have a different kind of fun. If I had to choose, I would say just because I'm an ultaholic, I like to make a lot of different alternate characters and try different builds. I guess I would technically prefer early game, but only because I like playing so many different builds. If I could start at end game with different builds, it would be a different story. But I often find myself, you know, burning out of characters at, you know, the mid 80s or so. Give or take. Oh, we got an Arcanist strongbox here. See if we can roll something on it. Oh, did I click it? I don't think I clicked it. Okay, we're good. +4 chest level is not good. What you want in these is additional items. Only 3 additional items. I'm gonna see if I can do better. Okay, 44% quantity. That one could be better in theory. Alright. Not too good right there. In fact, that was one of the worst Arcanist strongboxes I've had in a while, but could be worse. Usually you at least get like some jewelers or fusing orbs or, you know, something. Chaos. Elk. I didn't even get an elk there. Man, that was a really bad Arcanist box. Alright, so this zone actually has an optional skill point. I should really go back and get some of the optional skill points I skipped. I'm pretty sure I skipped 2 in Act 6. I don't think I skipped any in Act 7. Yeah, next waypoint I'm gonna go back and grab those. It's only gonna get us some health at this point, but that's okay. Get us closer to our good stuff. I'm not gonna use Valreed. There's no point in me grabbing that. Alright, that's the resurrection site, so that's not the exit out. That's where the optional skill point comes. So somewhere back off to the side here, there's an alternate area you can go in that has a little chest that has an Ankh of Resurrection, and I think we're gonna go find the Ankh of Resurrection. May as well grab the skill point. I don't need to skip this skill point because it's not difficult. It's just kind of tedious that you have to kind of run off into a different direction for a little bit. Hey, Kadiro. Totally worth it. Well, kind of. We'll see what he has, but it was worth it just to find Kadiro. We're slowly working our way up to a good amount. Whispering Ice, 901. That's not bad for a build enabling, but A, don't have that much. B, definitely not making a Whispering Ice build. Okay. Got a blood letter, I think. Blood play, for some reason. For some reason misremembering that, but yeah, it might be completely different direction here, so we'll see where we go. But yeah, I participated pretty competitively in a few race seasons. I did really well. Like I wasn't a top racer, but I did in a lot of the shorter races. I consistently did like top 10, top 20 type thing, and I managed to win some microtransactions throughout it, so that felt good. What you would do is you would get various rewards. Some of them would be like uniques, alternate art uniques, and then some of them would be microtransactions and stuff when you got certain race points, and I would usually try to get some of the good ones for that. Ooh, superior immolate, that's pretty good. How superior? 5%? Never mind, we're good. I'd rather have the levels I have on the one I have now. I'll just use that. Alright, so start getting some evasion and life going forward here. That'll be fun. We have 8 incursions left. I might be able to get another double corrupt room, and then we can go for our Sedima's touch this time. If we can get like an increased crit damage and then like flammability on hit or something like that, that'd be nice, because then we can get our flamethrower trap and a really nice pseudo 5-link setup. I believe you can also get increased frenzy charges and maybe increased power charges from gloves as well. I don't remember all the different things you can get, but I know they're really good, really good corruptions for gloves that you can get, including increased base crit chance, which is fantastic for flamethrower trap. Hunter hood, we should be picking up basically any decent helmet, trying to find something a little bit better. We should also be doing more armors than we are. Not doing a very good job of keeping... Oh, hello! 105 life, you say? But we lose 44 fire resistance? No, we lose 21 fire resist. That almost seems worth it to me. Boy. Hang on a second. I think we might have to do this. That's a lot of life. Alright, go ahead and toss these in here. I don't know why I'm carrying around this added cold still. Alright, we're going down to 59% fire resistance, but that's okay. For 105 life, I think I'll live. We'll get our resistances sorted out anyway. Haven't found any good rings in a while anyway. Yeah, nothing good. Well, that's a grain gate. That's not the way we're going. It's the way we have to go eventually, but it's not the way I want to go right now. I want to go find the Ankh. Go get that skill point, because it's so tedious to go back through here. It's tedious enough to go through it, but... especially when we're out of Quicksilver and there's nothing to kill. Yeah, nice and slow, waltzing through. We have a lot of move speed, it's just not enough apparently. It must be up here somewhere. I bet you it's like right off. Oh, I see where it is. No, it's so far back. It's got to be this way. Man, we didn't notice it going past. That's unfortunate. Oh well, we're gonna get our skill point, and we won't have to walk back through, so it'll be worth it. With the Ankh of Eternity. These both require strength. Neither of them are a high priority though, so I'm not going to bother rushing to get strength for that. I could pick up some strength just by getting this guy, the prowess, but yeah, we'll see. Doesn't really seem that worth it to me. Alright, so this way we go left. Yeah, this is the resurrection site. Ah, no wonder we're not doing damage. We don't even have our... Alright. Pretty good. I'm gonna keep the Ash Rend instead of selling it because we might go back. 44 resistances, or 44 fire resistance is a fair amount. So you get a bunch of... She wants to resurrect Tolman. Permanent resurrection. She already resurrected him as a zombie, which is a little messed up. You know? Clarissa's got some problems, but she wants to, for reals, resurrect him. Unfortunately, the Ankh doesn't quite work that way, apparently. Hey. Got some soldier boots here. And Tolman goes a little bit ballistic, tries to kill us. But luckily for us, he's still just a kind of slightly faster zombie, and that's about it. So, alright. Now we go to the Grain Gate. Unfortunately, can't shoot over that wall. See if there's any shortcut we can get. I don't think there will be. Yeah, we're way too far away. Unfortunate. Should be able to at least cut some corners up here. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Get to the Grain Gate. Hopefully we're pretty good to, we're pretty close to, there we go, waypoint. Get back to town. This is actually my least favorite act overall. I'm getting better at running it, but boy, first of all, there's one zone that I absolutely hate. Absolutely. Not a big fan of Alberon's Warpath. We need cold and fire resist. Boy, that sure is a terrible ring. Might have to craft a ring, so maybe we'll go into some ring crafting here pretty soon. That might be necessary. Oh. Are you cooking something? Okay, I thought I smelled something. It smelled good. Alrighty. And we're not picking up wisdom scrolls, but you can easily just you get so many transmutations that you can easily just sell some transmutations if you're not picking them up and have plenty. You could, you know, I could sell a whole stack and have a bunch to get through like that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, we do have Vagan to level 3. I don't really want to make a Vagan hideout though. And we'll deal with hideouts later. It's not a big deal. Actually, you know what? Maybe it is a big deal. Or at least a bigger deal than I'm letting on. So, two things here. We're going to go and we're going to see if we have either Haku or Elrion. Level 3, both. Okay. And we'll create a Haku hideout, probably. Because I like the beach. Go ahead and claim this. We will invite Elrion, who is in Act 6. Get Elrion in here. So we can start adding stats to our rings and our armors. Alright, so let's see. We have the Blessing Font, we have an Armor's Workbench, looks like we have Headstones available, and Artisan Bench, Sharpening Wheel. Unfortunately, it looks like we haven't gotten Torah high enough yet, but that's okay. Alright, so what can we do here? Still can't get resistances, so what we're going to do is we're going to do Haku's daily mission. We should be well above the level required for that. Yeah, this is a level 33 zone. I don't know why I'm bothering summoning that, but... Or, I don't know why I'm bothering killing things either. Really no point. I don't even think they could do enough damage to stun us at this stage. So it's not like... I guess they still give us flash charges, meaning we can, you know, quicksilver through quicker. Alright, grab the Kree Spirit and hoof it out of here. That was a pretty long one, really, but it was straightforward. It was a long little Haku side area, but straightforward from the beginning to end. And if you use movement skills while you're doing a Haku quest, you leave the spirit behind. Sometimes you'll run through an area and wonder why or how you lost the spirit, and that'll be it.
Another day.
Alright. Man, we do not have good rings. We have terrible rings even. Absolutely terrible. Maybe we do get the prowess so that we can stop using stat rings. Oh. Hey, we got the easy Aurion mission. Nice. Cool. Best one. And we got Aurion to level 4. Oops. So we should start being able to craft some good stuff on here. Life, resistances. Okay, that's the important stuff for now. We're going to do a couple of things here. First things first, we're gonna head back to the Prisoner's Gate first. We'll fight the Cloven one. Also, we're gonna get this. Get our essence. Alright, the Cloven one is going to be down this ledge. I don't know why I'm really bothering to kill much here either, but this ledge, and it'll be over to the side somewhere. He's actually really tough if you fight him the first way through. So it's usually nice to come back when you're nice and over leveled here. I mean, some builds can easily take him regardless. But those, yeah, see, even though I'm really over leveled, really over leveled, like 15 levels over leveled, he still did almost half of my health with one fireball, or with this little like meteor fall thing he does. And if you're playing a trapper, cool little thing here, you can walk forward until you barely see him. Okay, and then you throw a bunch of traps over that way, and then you walk over, and he gets instantly hit with a bunch of those traps. So there you go. Oh yeah, and stepping on these little fire fields hurt a lot too. Hey Toby, what are you meowing at? What? Good boy. Alrighty. So head over to the next skill point for this area that we skipped. This one's actually not nearly as hard. I just skipped it anyway. The Riverway, if you go to the waypoint of the Riverway, head up through these little gates, follow the cobblestone. It's sometimes a little hard to see, but there you go. You can still see the stone on the ground, and it'll take you up to the wetlands. And if you go immediately to the left and follow that through, ooh, Kadira, what do you got? I have Chayula. Well, I'm not going to get that, but that's pretty cool. Can't be stunned. Some people pick that up in order to do energy shield builds so that they can't be stunned, because energy shield is normally, or your stun threshold is based on your life, and your life is 1 if you're using the notable for that makes it so that you only have energy shield. But you chaos inoculation, that's what it's called. Remembering names is difficult. Yeah, if you have chaos inoculation, it makes your life 1, which means you get stunned incredibly easy. And frozen for that matter. So the best way to deal with that is to get stun and freeze immune. Eye of Chayula is one of the ways you get stun immune. Alright, so there's these little poison fields. And you take down these little pods. And once you do that, the Puppet Mistress comes up and you kind of, well, she teleports around if you don't insta-give her. But yeah, we have a lot of damage. Like I said, this one isn't that difficult. This one's quite a bit easier than the... You can usually do this one as you're leveling through, rather than worrying about it. Pretty much no matter what build you have, for the most part. Alright, Bestel gives us this, and Tarle gives us another one. So we got a couple of books of skill here. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get this, and then we'll... Gives us 15 base anyway. And we're gonna go craft ourselves a ring because we have absolute trash rings. So this one we're literally using for the all attributes, which is terrible. Not something you should normally do. Clarissa, why don't you give us some rings to work with here? We'll try to get some 16% ones. It doesn't look like she has any 16%. She does have a 30% lightning. Lightning's not one we have to worry about, but we're going to buy it anyway. And we'll grab this. So we'll grab a couple of rings here. First we'll check our essences. We have this, which for a ring gives energy shield, not very useful to us. This gives life regen per second, also not very useful to us. Cold damage to attacks, that could be useful, so we're going to try that. We got life, we got fire and lightning resistance, we got mana regen. We got a good amount of mana regen on this one. I mean, that's better than what we have for sure. So that's a good start. That gives us way overcapped on our lightning resist, so we can probably remove lightning resist from any item, or at least not worry about it too much. We can also see if we can craft that for Elrion. This gives us a lot of lightning resistance, so if we were to take that off, it would go to 78. So now we can focus purely on cold and fire for this ring. Unfortunately, there's no cold and fire ring we can get, and we do have this topaz ring. This one has 16 all resist. You know what? I'm getting this, man. Alright, and what we're gonna do, keep this. We're still gonna just throw an elk on this ring just in case, but... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and Regal Orb this. It's kind of a waste, but we really need something. And then I'm gonna go craft life onto it. We'll see how that works out for us. Yeah. So, then we're gonna throw the life on here. There you go. That should be better. Gives us some crit chance too. So our resists are a little better. Still not exactly where I want them to be. Oh, you know what? How about you? What do you do? We can at least get life on this. Alright. It's not bad. Okay, so we got quite a bit of life. We still have some work to do here, but it's fine. Once we get Haku, basically the next time we do a Haku mission, we'll be able to start crafting resistances onto the next one. So worry about that pretty soon here. Alright, got us a little damage, got us quite a bit of life, upgraded our resistances a tiny amount. Like 13 cold, or 13 fire resistance or so, and then about 1 cold resist. Just 1. Alright, so there's actually a good way to navigate this area. I think maybe this isn't the part with the bodies. Yeah, I don't think the bodies help here. Yep, no corpses. Okay. Well, so much for that idea, but that's the old way. Or the first time you go through it. Let me guess, there was actually a way through this way, and okay, yeah, I see the exit now. I'm blind. Is that a human arm right there? Yeah, okay, so there's corpses outside these. Oh, that's a leg. Okay. And they'll indicate the direct way to go through. I think that's still the case for this. Hopefully I'm not giving misinformation here. Yeah, there you go. You can see the corpse. And there's no corpse outside of that door. There is a corpse outside of this door, so we'll go through this way. Chain sword. Gimme. Elva's up there. I'm not going to bother getting Elva, though. She's kind of out of the way at the moment. Superior Ice Nova. The good thing is, now that we've got blind, it's a little bit easier to just stand in the middle of enemies here. Make sure you're still dodging spells, but the physical damage when you have blind and acrobatics is greatly reduced. Greatly. You barely ever get hit, to be honest. So as long as you have enough health to not be one-shot, you're set. You're golden. Hey, our first rare jewel. Yeah, it's bad, but it's our first. Oh yeah, these fellas. Get through them pretty quickly. I think you get a skill point for killing them. There's half a body right there. Half a body's still enough of a body to indicate we're going this way. And the barrel. Or the wagons, rather. The barrel. Imperial Fields is a nice little area. You follow the road most of the way up until you get to the waypoint, and then you go north. So it doesn't follow the road all the way through. It's a little bit deceptive, but there is a trick to it. There's basically a trick to every zone to figure out the rule of thumb the way through. So this one is you go up, you see the waypoint. Alright, waypoint, and then you just go north. Looks like we're following a road anyway, but there isn't always a road upwards from the waypoint. Okay, so rather than kind of going off, we're gonna head up this way. Ooh, Elva. Now Elva's on the way. Sacrificial chamber, yes please. Alright, so we have Beyond, so we're gonna have some extra mobs to deal with here. Unfortunately, they don't give us extra time in killing them, so if you spend too much time killing them, it's kind of a waste. But they do give you extra loot, so they don't give you extra time in the incursion, but they give you extra loot, so that's important. Alright, we need to link this to the workshop so that we have a way through to here. So we can hopefully get this to tier 3 and try again for a headhunter. Actually, I don't think we have another belt, so we might have to try again for something else. Probably a ring, maybe? See if we can get something really nice, like a Le Hoop d'All or a Venture's Gamble, maybe? Something better. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Full clear to that. Oof. Continue to check out helmets. Low accuracy, low life, and some fire resist. We don't need the accuracy as much, but it's still pretty important. So I'm gonna hold on to that. Rain of Chaos, good way to get some chaos orbs. Pretty plentiful. Yeah, and once you hit up in this area with all the living ribbons, you've reached the right place. And you go ahead and go through to the Solaris Temple. Now the Solaris Temple, this is interesting, and it's actually one of the reasons initially, both of the temples, although there's a bigger reason I don't like this act. Two bigger reasons. But one of the reasons I don't like it is I was confused by the layout, but now that I understand it, it's a lot better. It's not quite as confusing as I thought it was. They're basically just two exits to this, and you have to make sure that you find one before you find the other, because you need an item to get through, basically. By the way, I should be IDing some, basically all of this kind of stuff if possible. But you go through pretty much straightforward. You find yourself the waypoint to this area. Should be around here somewhere. It's usually around the central part. Maybe not. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's up these stairs, and now that we found that, there's going to be two different exits to this zone. The zone you want to make sure that you're going to first is the one with the stairs, the going downstairs exit. It's pretty important. So we're gonna kind of circle our way down here, find one of the exits, and if it's the one leading outside, we're going to turn back and go back in. And if it's the one going downstairs, we're going to go down the stairs. Simple as that. Corruption. Okay, we might get our second double corrupt chance. That'll be fun. See if we can get our Sedemas up. Powered up. Revenge of the Hunted. A nice juicy life node there with some evasion to boot. Get a stone of passage. May as well just grab this. I didn't really pay too close of attention to the layout once again. That's my biggest downfall. I kind of just run the incursions on these, and I don't pay too close attention to whether or not I'm linking up correct rooms. I feel like it's a little bit more worth it later on when you have some of the bigger rooms in the end game, like the map rooms. Because incursion is really easy to sustain your maps. It makes it super easy. There you go. We got the right one right off the gate. Right out of the gate. So, gonna go down through the Solaris Temple level 2. Get some of this action going. We got some Parandus mobs down here. Easy way. Clear through here, get the coins. Gotta continue to build up our... I saw there was an exile over there. Oh. I didn't care until I heard that. Now I care. Give me that Feezing. Basically, almost 2 Feezings. No, more than 2 Feezings, because 4 Jewelers is a Feezing. Hey, and we got... Speaking of maps, we got our first map already. It's not bad. So we got Haku, who we do definitely want to complete because we want to be able to start getting some, oh yeah, we need this. Right, so we have 1:30 to escape. We don't currently have any, we don't have any of our flask charges, but that's okay. It's fine. We kill some stuff, we run. We kill some stuff, we run. Trapper doesn't need to be there when things die, it just needs to be like, kind of around-ish. Alright, get that. Haku is now level 4, so next time we head back to town, we can go ahead and get through that. Looks like one of the grandest mobs got a ghost in him. Still pretty easy, pretty quick. I don't think we're gonna find a Citadel bow that's gonna be better than what we have, but may as well take a look. Definitely not. Definitely not. Alright, Alva. Tormented Spirit sound good to me. Neither of them are exciting, but I guess the Tormented Spirit room is going to be better than the Augment room at this stage. So we'll focus more on getting the key. We have good clear speed. I don't think we need to worry too much about any of this. I'll just link the chasm. Yeah. Ooh, going the wrong way. Alright. Our clear speed is really good. Alright, go tomes. In theory, if you clear fast enough and you get lucky enough to get double stones, you're gonna link most of the temple anyway. There you go. Perfect. Alright. Yeah. We got most of the early thing on. All we need to do is link these up. If we don't, I'm really not worried too much about that either. Yeah, we'll worry about boots once we get ourselves a 5-link. If we can get a 5-link, body armor or bow. Boy, it'd have to be a good bow. Body armor mostly. If we can get a 5-link body armor, we'll start worrying about getting better boots. Till now, definitely Deerstalker are going to be good. Plus, they give us the added utility of trap throw speed, which is really nice. Trap throw speed will increase our DPS. Should probably start worrying about mana again sometime soon too. Although this one gave us, this one, 55% mana regen's pretty nice. Give us a little bit of mana regen, and we're almost to the end here. I see the carpet coming to an end. Alright. Head to this portal. Preload a bunch of these underneath this guy. Ow. Alright. And the sun orb will drop. We're gonna head back. Got a couple of things to do. First thing first, let's head to our hideout. And from there, we'll talk to Elrion. I do this. I do this. That's not bad. It's not great either, though. Yeah, I'm liking what we have a little bit better. Ooh, don't dismiss, sell. Alright. Get through all of that. Sell some of these too. I'm gonna check to see if he has any quality gems. Unfortunately not. I don't really use the Elrion jewelry that much. A lot of people use it, but I like to kind of fix it on my tree. Or there's actually better stuff currently that you can get from the temple. Nothing there. Okay, but most importantly now, can do this. Get some cold resist. We can take this and get, actually I should check first, what do we actually need? 63 and 66. Let's see, what are the upcoming bosses? I think fire is going to be more of a concern for us. Oh, it doesn't matter, we can't get it anyway. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Gonna have to get a better helmet at some point then. But yeah, we've got 60 some of each, so it's not too bad. Got it worked out a little bit at least. That's a bad thing about having Sedima's touch. Yeah, we get the quantity, but we're gonna we're gonna end up with not too much. But basically now we go back and we find the other exit. The other exit should be, well, let's see. Is there an alternate way we can go here? Hey, thanks for stopping in, Siege. Appreciate that, Matt. Watching the uploaded. Awesome. Well, appreciate you stopping in. Have a great day, dude. And thanks for stopping in again. There you go. So it looks like it'll probably be down this way, I imagine. I'm not going to bother going to get that. Variti. It looks like it's the way I've already gone. I'm not going to go back for it. Not gonna bother. Too much effort. So now we go to the Solaris Concourse, and rather than going around to the other side, I actually like to go straight through, mostly because I don't really like the zones you go through the other way, like the bathhouse and stuff. I feel like they're kind of dead-endy, whereas if you just go through this way again, it's kind of a little bit more straightforward. We definitely need to be picking up helmets at this point though. What we need is a helmet with accuracy and life, and then maybe we can craft resist, or we could just get resist. That would be the preferred method, but we're looking for accuracy and life are our prioritized stats for that. Always make sure we're getting enough accuracy. Calling, nice. Get ourselves a beyond item. I don't remember. I think Headhunter might be beyond. I do not remember. But I think that's our second or third calling already this league, and we've barely started. Alright, tier 3 unique. Let's go ahead, and that's accuracy and life, but in much smaller amounts than I'd like. So let's go ahead and pump this up. Kick it up a notch. All 3 of those there. Get frozen and spot almost. It's coming for us. Just walk through it. Whenever you hear that sound and you see the molten ball of death coming from you, just walk through it. It's okay. It won't explode on you. It has a little bit of a delay. Just walk straight to the other side. Don't walk parallel to it though, or else it'll blow up on you. Good enough. Didn't complete it, but close enough. Alright, so we got ourselves a Moon Sorrow, or the Princess, and 1,000 Ribbons. So both are good leveling items. Princess has some utility for late game, because it doesn't convert, it gives you extra damage. I think it's cold. Yeah, extra cold damage, so that's pretty nice as kind of a, not only a leveling offhand for like maybe a ground slam build if you're gonna go one-handed maces or something, but yeah, there's all sorts of uses for it really. Alright, so now we go along this ridge, a nice straight linear ridge here, and it'll take us to the next zone, the Harbour Bridge, which is also a straight through zone and actually the final destination of the zone overall. You're gonna see me skipping another skill point quest in this act, and that's because I hate it. And I'm not gonna do it until right before I get into maps. I hate the skill quest. I hate the zone right before it so much. Plus it's cold damage, which we don't have maxed. So another good reason to kind of skip through that. I absolutely despise this skill quest. It's my least favorite. I think we also skipped a skill back in Act 5 that we'll have to go back and get. But that's fine. We'll worry about that. We clearly do not need them. We're leveling just fine. Fun thing about Trapper is you can just like kind of throw traps everywhere if you have good enough trap throwing speed and stutter step your way through every zone, full clearing it. Feels good. Get good move speed, get good trap throwing speed, and it doesn't feel like you're slowed down a whole lot. Bad thing about this is like I said, the only movement speed, or the only movement skill we have is Blink Arrow, which is really very useful for, you know, getting over some zones, but it's not a fast moving one. So it's less about who we kill here and more about opening up a path. So we really need to focus on the stones. I'll get the zone guy though, or the gems. Make sure we need one on the kind of southeast side and one on the northwest side. Get through to the temple. Alright, I bet you it's gonna be in this soul. Yeah. We'll just open up the apex first. Doesn't matter what order we do them in. I think we only have so many trials left though. 2 more incursions, so well, hopefully it gives us the opportunity to go through, otherwise we'll brick the temple, which isn't that big of a deal, to be perfectly honest. Alright. Well, I killed it before the ghosts could enter him. I could have waited a little bit. Yeah, we're down to 89% accuracy already, even with all of our accuracy. Maybe we need to pick some up on the tree at some point. We'll see. Like, we could pick up a big chunk of accuracy by going down here, but that doesn't seem worthwhile to me. We could grab the accuracy here, which also gives us crit chance, global accuracy. It might be worthwhile. We'll see. Otherwise, there's not a lot of accuracy along this way that is good for us. Like, this gives us attack speed, which is only going to be useful if we manage to get our unique temple trap gloves. So this zone, first things first, you go through, this one's a little bit interesting as well, kind of like the solar temple was. What level am I? 64? Wow, I'm so over leveled, man. That's absurd. Oh well. C'est la vie. That's what happens when you kill everything. I'm just gonna start getting the... I'm gonna start getting Master Sapper. I don't need the life that much at the moment. And I'll get more soon enough. Harbinger. But basically, this is what happens when you just kill everything. You end up 6 levels over the zone level. Ooh. Got Ancient Shard as well. So this is the Reverberation Rod. Pretty cool. Pretty good leveling item. It's not bad for like Summon Raging Spirits, since you automatically get Spell Echo and you can start using it pretty early on at level 24. Normally you don't get Spell Echo towards the until the mid of Act 4, so it's a nice little 4-link that gives you Spell Echo. Pretty reasonable. Oh, we're getting frozen. There's lots of cold enemies here, which is why I was in a hurry to get my... Hey, getting some good shards here. Can't even pick up our engineering shard though, so that's probably our engineer shard. Probably a good indication we should go back to town and sell some stuff. We got some evasion and okay. You know, just in case I level, these are all great leveling items. So just in case I decide to do another build, I am going to hold on to all of these uniques in particular. I like to hold good leveling uniques. Get the divination cards in here. We got a full Latin Doors Lost Love, which we can turn in... Nope, we can only do that in our hideout. Speaking of, can invite Navali into our hideout even if we don't have room. Well, I guess we're just gonna pop these in here for now. Start taking out my map tab, wherever that is. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Throw that here. Call it M. And we have a dungeon map, we have a graveyard map, and we have a lookout map. Look at that, we even have 3 different ones to start off. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Atlas this playthrough. We'll see. We'll formulate. I like the idea of doing barrows, a lot of barrows, in order to get Unity. It's a very common drop in barrows, and it's a nice and open field for us. So I think we might do barrows. And we might shape barrows and do some tier 10 barrows to get a lot of fusings so that we can get a 6 link. In solo self-found, I think it's pretty decent idea to focus on fusings, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the plan I'm going for just yet. Alright, well, unfortunately, that's not a throughway, so we're only going to have one more attempt to get a throughway to the Apex. Hopefully it'll give it to us. If it doesn't, no big deal. Like I said, I'm not like super focused on temples until the end of the game, so we can keep our map sustain up, that kind of thing. I mean, you can do more when you have temples going, way more than keep your map sustained. You never run out of maps. You don't even have to pick up like maps you don't want. It's pretty great. Pretty great. The Incursion League has been one of my favorite leagues overall, and adding it onto a Flashback league has been even better. This has been a lot of fun. Serrated Root Crag, or whatever this thing's called. Craghead, that's what it is. Root Crag. I'm thinking Ripbound Crag from Magic the Gathering. So we need Explosive Zooms, Catalyst of Corruption, Gem Cutter's Workshop, or Antechamber. And if we get Antechamber, we need to get pretty lucky for it to work out. That did a lot of damage. Yeah. Alrighty. Man, all of this cold damage. And the Solaris Temple is the exact same way. Except we're going to be doing something a little bit different when we do Solaris Temple. We're going to be finding the waypoint again. And instead of going and finding the other exit, we're going to basically go back the way we came. So it's going to be a little bit of a change because we've already been the way we need to go, basically. Since I'm not going to go to the bathhouse and I'm not going to go to the, I forget what it's called, the mirror guy zone. We're just gonna run right through this. Oh, looks like I actually already did a quest. Maramoa. I don't know if that was a skill point quest. I must have just done it by accident. Alrighty. Hopefully, okay, there's the waypoint, and hey, look at that, it's right next to the Solaris level 2. I think that's always the case. I think it's kind of like pre-piety. I mean, that is the Solaris Temple, so that would make sense. Alright, so we go through here. It's pretty similar to going to piety. You go up some stairs. Go find the stairs. The mobs in this zone are very different. And there's a cold tempest in here for some reason. I don't know if it's always there. I think it probably is. It makes sense. Introduce you to the idea of tempests, maybe. Oh wait, probably not. We're in a flashback. Alright, so we're gonna have to get incredibly lucky here. In order to get to the apex in this zone, we need to get one of these and one of these. So we're gonna have to get 2 stones. It's 2 stones or bust on this temple. Oh man, and this one has one of the worst layouts too. So basically we're gonna have to get them both on the bottom here. because this is one of the more dead-end heavy layouts, and we do have to kill everything. Luckily, we're going to get lots of time from right here. Alright, so step 1, this, and we need to get the one up there. So basically, we need to get lucky in one of these last zones. We killed all the monsters, so we have bricked this temple, I think. Oh no, please don't be in here. Oh yeah. Wait, it would have been nice, but we would have been far away. Alright, another of the calling. We're going to have a lot of the callings. I think we have 4 already. So we have, in fact, bricked the temple. The only reason we would want to go in there is for the Apex of Ascension. I am going to go in there for the Apex of Ascension. I'm going to try to trade in one of my pyro... Actually, let's try to trade in the Craighead for a unique quiver. Maybe we can get something really good. Yeah. There's that chance. Dust and rot. Smells like treasure. It's a good attitude. I guess. Alright. So we're going west here. We can start picking up the Divine Life Flask. Better than Sanctified. We'll roll that soon-ish. Soon enough. Alright, so we're taking the upper left exit here. Alright, and let's give ourselves a shot at some... I don't know what I would even want, to be honest, but we'll see. Could be good. Better lookout. Starting to get a nice little collection of maps here. Destiny Leather could be good for us. And Altar of Sacrifice. Let's... Broadhead or whatever, black. Yeah, not that good for us. Alright, well, let's head back, because I'm not really looking for anything else in the temple at the moment. So, continue to go up and finish off this zone. Hopefully do a better job of connecting everything next time. Wait a second. There's an explosives room. Never mind, we're good. I'm going back in. I'm going in. Alright, the explosives room. I almost forgot all about that. Whoa! Okay. Look at how many 2-stone rays we just got. What? Oh man, got one of those bloodline packs that drops a whole thing of the same rares. Well, that's pretty dope. There's got to be some good jewelry in there somewhere, right? Man, that was cool. To the center here, get ourselves our explosive. Oh, stupid ghosts. Alright. I can't even pick it up. Alright, I better go back to town real quick. Oh, stop it. Go back to town real quick. identify all these rings, sort through them, see if we can find anything good. Accuracy, life, mana, cold resist, not terrible. His damage, triple damage, rarity. Ooh, that one's got a lot of life and some accuracy. Well, that's a front runner for a new ring. That one's not good. Accuracy, 3 life. Oh boy. Fizz damage, all resist, life. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and stash this one and stash, where's the other one that was good? This one. And look at the rest of them real quick here. It looks like we possibly have some upgrades. Sell the rest. For every 5 of them we sell, we'll get a fresh new unidentified one, which will be nice. Yeah, I'm not going to use Black Gleam. Actually, I'm going to hold on to Black Gleam so I can do it again in case I don't have anything else. But alright, we'll test these two. Mana. Okay, so 41 life. I feel like this has to be better for sure than this. A lot more life. We're losing out on a little bit of lightning resist, I think. We do max out on cold resist if we do that though. Where's the other one? The other one is life and the lightning resist only. Cold and lightning resist. So we would lose out on fire resist. Well, I think we're going this, because that'll increase our damage a lot. And I think we'll just sell the rest. Yeah, maybe hold on to this one just in case. We are going to lose some mana regen, so that's unfortunate, but yeah, we might use either one of these later on to fix some things. Sometimes if you find certain gear that you want to use, you should keep some older gear that's decent but not like optimal currently, just so you can have the opportunity to potentially fix it later on. Alright. So back in we go. We're gonna pick up the explosion. Pick up the explosion. Aw, yeah, that sounds pretty crazy. The flash powder cap. Okay, yeah, and it doesn't matter. We can just go. We can go either way. We'll go through the Armorer's Workshop because at least that has the opportunity to potentially drop us something. So we'll take a nice little stroll through the workshop here. See if we can find anything. Oh no! No. Oh wait, no, it's fine. Okay. Oh, I thought I really messed that one up. It's fine. Oof. That was one of the 2 ways we could have gotten through there. Man, it's not straight through, but it still works. I accidentally clicked on that. I thought that was going to be a big problem. Oof. Alright, check that. Oh, hello. Well, that was good. We got 2 humilities, which is 2 Knights of Tabula Rasa, and then we got Destined to Crumble and the King's Heart. Wow. That was quite the, yeah, it was worth it to go back here, man. Holy. Oof. Talk about a really good guards vault, man. Well then, pretty happy about that. I don't think could have really asked for anything better. And now we get to go up to the apex as well. Yeah, this temple worked out to be a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Right. Simply staged the Omnitech pretty easily. And you can just kind of spam mana potions and throw traps in the middle for this stage. Usually works pretty well. Throw all 3 traps, stack a bunch of stuff down, and oops, I accidentally threw them in the wrong direction. Whoopsie. Alright, so we missed a lot of damage by throwing our stuff in the wrong area. Hey, we got one of these. Okay. So this is the Sacrificial Heart. It adds a huge amount of damage, but doesn't really do much of anything else. Unfortunately, I can't use it because I require strength. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Bramble Etcher here, though, because it would be a really good leveling dagger. Man. Unfortunate. I want to use this. It gives us a ton of damage, but yeah, we just need the stats. Maybe next time. We don't really need Vagan. I'm not gonna bother. No, I'm not gonna bother going down there. If it was just fight Vagan on the surface, I'd be all about that. But go down into some ruddy basement to fight Vagan, I don't think I'm into that. We're gonna have a fight Vagan. We're gonna do it right here for everybody to see. Trying to lure me down the basement where his friends can jump me. I know your tricks. I went to high school. I know how you are. Ooh, something spicy. Is it just that crewy chopper there? Ooh, enhance! Ooh, let's start leveling that up. Nice. Good pull. There you go. Get that alternate or leveling in our alternate weapons. Not gonna bother doing that. I'm not going back for that. And we're gonna go through this portal. Go with 3 fire traps. Press R. There you go. Easy peasy. Get that moon orb. We're almost done already. We're almost done with Act 8. So I've gotten better at navigating it at least. Now we can go back to the Lunaris Concourse. And we simply walk backwards. Find the little exit down here somewhere. And we go to the Harbour Bridge, and I do believe, that the Harbour Bridge is going to be our final destination here for this act, for now, until we come back and get the skill points. But yeah, I still have to talk to Maramo. I should probably do that, because I'll forget. I'll totally forget. Yeah, let's go back to town really quick, talk to Maramo. Yep, was totally a skill point. Nice. We're gonna get some trap throw speed here and damage. Head back here. Just spam our Quicksilver, spam our trap throws. And we are here. Alright. Lots of blue mobs out here. Just gonna quick finish those off and yeah. Shrine of the Sisters. We're just gonna litter the ground with traps real quick, so whenever they become available. And basically you end up fighting one of them, and every time they get to a certain level, the other one will pop up there and rain down, you know, whatever it may be on you. Fire, moonshots, I don't know, whatever. I did notice that we don't have our herald up. So yeah, we just avoid all the fire on the ground. Ouch. And there you go. Problem solved. And we leveled up. Gonna be able to get Master Sapper. That's gonna be incredibly useful. Gonna give us the frenzy charges, a nice more multiplier to our damage. And that'll be that. We're gonna run through to the next town really quick, and I'm gonna call it a stream. Then I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm gonna go stream some Magic the Gathering on my other channel. So, waypoint, actually, I'll just run through Blood Aqueducts next time. So, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.